Welcome back to Real Estate 101. Today we're going to continue our discussion on financial planning and talk a little bit about some group benefits, and I'm pleased to be joined once again by Gregory of Desjardins Financial. Jeff, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me again, Joe.
All right, Jeff, so I want to start today's show and I want to ask you, what are the common benefits that are normally offered by companies?
On the money side, you'll have group RSPs, you'll have pension plans, deferred profit sharing plans, and then on more of the day-to-day usage type of stuff, there could be life insurance, disability, short-term and long-term, drug and dental benefits, travel coverage, and with all that. So the companies are offering a way to, and they use it as an attractiveness to maintain employees, because a lot of that stuff can become very expensive on an individual over time. So those are just some of the common benefits that companies are offering to employees.
Okay, so what are the qualifications normally for someone when they're hired in order to get these benefits?
A lot of times, companies will kind of vary. This is more of a company discretion type of thing when they're putting people on as a means of trying to mitigate costs. So some of it might be a 6-month wait, it might be a 3-month wait. Some companies will do things immediately. There are companies on the money side with the group RSPs where you got to be with the company for a year before you can get the matching and stuff like that. So it varies from company to company, and it's really meant as a retention thing to keep employees there as long as they can. So when you have things you're not getting from your employer right away, that's because they want you to stay for a while.
Okay, so some consumers don't know the benefits they have. How can they find out?
One of the ways, they can go to their HR department, and everyone gets an employee booklet. And what they should be doing is reviewing that somewhat maybe every 6 months to every year, because the companies, they renew their group benefits every year, and sometimes they make changes as a means of reducing costs or unutilized benefits and so forth. They'll just take them out of the equation. So if you're not reviewing this, you might be surprised from your booklet what you can get and what you're not going to get. Disability, for example, the rules associated with that. And then on the other side, with the money side, typically every 6 months you might get a group RSP statement, if that's where you have with your employer. If it's a pension, they'll do it once a year, and you can see what your pension amount is, if you retired at 65, you retired at 60, commuted value, and so forth. So between your booklet, which you should have reviewed, and if you're not able to review it, then talk to a financial planner or so forth to help guide that through. A lot of times when I'm meeting with my clients and prospects, they're shocked at what they do have that they're not using, or they'll come to me and say, I just paid for that, I didn't know I could go through the company. You're just kind of wasting money. Right. If your viewers and so forth are traveling, a lot of times group benefits have travel insurance built within it, and then they'll buy it from wherever
separately.
So you've bought two, only one can claim. You can't claim on both. So what you've done is now spent some money that you could be spending on souvenirs at that point. So knowing your package is very, very key. And on the money side, knowing where all the money is going, the matching rules, the elimination rules, and all that's available through an HR department to access, and then sit with someone like myself and we can explain everything in layman's terms.
All right, so do all companies offer group plans and group benefits?
No, actually fewer and fewer companies are starting to offer group benefits. The costing associated with this is getting higher. We're an aging society. The cost of medical, period, and the cost of dental and everything is escalating. So what's happening is if companies have the plans, they're starting to reduce benefits. A lot of companies can't even afford to offer benefits. The average costing per family is almost $300 to $400 a month for having these type of benefits. And you're starting to see as well, pensions are becoming obsolete. Pensions were the norm for my parents and my grandparents. Nowadays, companies are offering group RSPs because they don't have the liability anymore. It becomes the individual's responsibility. So going forward, this might not even be there, but yeah, a lot of employers can't even do that anymore. So they'll look at healthcare spending accounts or so forth just to keep costs low, to provide whatever they can for their employees.
Okay, so going forward, in your opinion, where do you see group benefits?
I see it becoming more of the individual's problem. It's going to become more of your problem, your means to cover the costs. It's going to become a lot more expensive for us to get sick because we don't have the backup anymore. Companies just can't do it. It's the cost of everything is getting higher, labor costs, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to start to have to fend for yourself. Even things such as the old age security plan. Even the government is paying attention to this. The old age security has gone from 65 to 67. If the government's worried about their pensions, companies are worried about their pensions. And if governments are worried about the health costs and so forth and healthcare spending, companies are really worried about this as well. So it's going to start to become more and more downloaded to the individual. Take care of yourself is the best advice I got right about now.
Okay, so what happens if somebody leaves their company? What are their options?
Every piece of it will have a bit of an option. For example, I'll start with the life insurance part. If you are unable to get life insurance due to health issues, you have 30 days to convert that into something of your own. With no medicals, no needs to be poked and prodded and so forth. So if you do have medical conditions and your life insurance was based around your group, you need to get that resolved. Things such as the benefits, the drug and dental, you can convert to your own plan if need be, but that could also be open to needing some medicals based on some companies. With the RSPs, you can transfer them out, but you got to be careful about some of the rules. Depending how long you've been with the company, especially when it comes to pensions. That money after about 2 years on a pension is vested. Vesting means it's yours. After the 2-year period, you also get the employer's contribution. If you've only been there less than 2 years, the company gets their money back and you only get yours. So there's a lot of this stuff you can get on your own, or you could take it out and manage it yourself, or use myself as somebody who can help grow that money. But you have to know all the options, and I think it really comes down to saying, I've been let go from my company, I have a severance, I have an RSP, I have benefits, what do I do? They can be taken, but it depends, there's a cost as well. So everything's got to fit within itself, especially if you don't have another job to go to afterwards.
All right. Yeah. Okay, Jeff, so any last tips or advice for anybody that has group benefits or that maybe wants group benefits in order to facilitate an easier life on them?
Some of the things I've come across that people don't pay attention to is the beneficiary designations in their plans, be it their pension, be it their group RSP, be it their life. People have separations in their life, they change marital status and so forth. You'd be surprised how many times the ex-wife gets everything and the new wife gets nothing. Be conscious of, if you've been at your employer for a while and you've changed, your children or so forth, what your beneficiaries are at. With as well, if you have left a company and you have money still there, do take it out. Do manage it yourself. Companies go bankrupt and default all the time, and finding that money can be quite a challenge. One of the things I've had to do is try to find money for people when they've left. It's probably easier to find...
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, pretty much, I was trying to remember the mafia guy here, the union leader, but that'd be a joke for another day. As well, you also can get your own benefits as well. So healthcare spending accounts are becoming very, very popular, and those don't have necessarily limitations. Really do talk to someone that knows what they're doing about this. Somebody with CFP and does insurances and does investments and could be the overall, because when it comes to group benefits, it is an overall package. It's not one or the other, and making sure that it fits exactly with what you and your family really do need.
All right, Jeff, good stuff. Thanks for coming on today's show, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next month.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot again, Joe. And for anyone out there, if you aren't too sure about what your group benefit situation is, or if you've left an employer and not too sure of your options, please call the number down below, and more than happy to set an appointment and help create any solutions that need to be there.
Perfect. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks.
So if you're looking for a financial planner, get in contact with Jeff Gregory at Desjardins Financial. I'm your host, Joe Terceira. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.